What is up, guys? Crandar here, and we're back with part 15 of my Alan Wake playthrough with commentary. I don't know if you noticed, but I decided to drop the gaming from Crandar Gaming. I figured, makes for a good channel name, but introducing yourself as Crandar Gaming doesn't really make sense, since my handle in multiplayer games, everything is just Crandar. So I reckon we'll just stick with that. But for right now, what we need to do is get out of this mine/cave and go find Alice. But first, we're gonna look up that manuscript page and listen to what it has to say for us.
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Right. What that tells me is we're gonna have some new enemies up front pretty soon. Some new enemies that are gonna be big, and they're gonna need a lot of ammo to take down. So we're gonna see if we can best prepare ourselves. But for now, I suppose it's just running through the mine. There we go. I think I see some sort of opening. Perhaps that's the exit then. Hopefully. Structurally unsound bridge. Lovely. Alright, why is it it's giving me flares, so let's switch to the flares. I guess we're gonna use them. Let's listen to this manuscript page though first.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
Alright, so what goodies do we have here? Hunting rifle ammunition and revolver ammunition. Right, guys, so I touched on this a little bit in the previous episode about how I figured out that with my Let's Plays I might as well start talking about the game mechanics and how a game prepares you for encounters, and how to strategize and prepare yourself even before you go into an encounter. It gave us ammunition here. It gave us flares up there. Basically, it's building us up, making sure that we... Okay, let's take care of this guy first. Ow.
All accidents could be prevented.
Right, I take it these were the big burly men we were talking about earlier. That was a nice shot. Anyway, like I was about to say, the game slowly builds you up to an encounter, or by giving you consumables, ammo, health. In this case there isn't any health, but you know what I mean. And I'll try in my Let's Plays, I'll try point that out to you, just so when you play a game and you start seeing that you're picking up items and stuff that something is coming in, especially in games that are quite linear, like Alan Wake, for example. You know, if you're playing, you know, a sandbox game, then okay, doesn't really apply. But you know, for linear games, definitely something to look out for, I would think.
I have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Okay, let's see what we can do now. Okay, that seems pretty seems like the pretty standard thing to do. Where's the other button? I assume is going to be up here somewhere. Yep. Anything to pick up? No. Huh. Okay, we're gonna attempt this, guys. That was easier than I expected it to be fair. I thought I was just gonna die, because that looks like a pretty big jump. The question is, do we want to go there, or do we want to come here? Let's go here. There is, of course, nowhere to go. Right, okay. Oh, hang on, I see now. There we go. That makes sense. That does indeed make sense. Because I was wondering, how am I going to make that jump? Because the distance, the level of both platforms seems a little bit big. The difference in the level. This way it makes sense, I suppose. Right, now it makes sense. Okay. Simple enough, guys. Thus far, anyway. Jump. There we go. That doesn't sound very appealing. You know, guys, and we're out of the mine. That's great. So I was generally starting to wonder when the hell we were actually going to get out of there. Alright, let's go up here first. See what's what. Extra flares. Never something you should turn down in this game. Could potentially be a lifesaver. What's up here? Maybe a manuscript page, some sort of collectible perhaps. Manuscript page. Excellent. The scenery is pretty nice in this game. quite enjoy this focus feature that it has as well.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Okay. Right, I guess that was concerning one of the two Anderson brothers who got arrested for going on a bender in the town. You know, earlier on the game, you heard the reports. So that was interesting. Turns out he's going to go to the mental asylum, mental ward in a hospital somewhere, and he bonked a nurse over the head with a hammer.
Damn!
Get these birds done, but I was talking about nurses being hit over the head. You know, something many of us who've been to the hospital before might perhaps wanted to do. There are some nurses out there that are quite annoying, but anyway, I digress. Let's turn on this generator. Pick up these.
Great. Another cable car. Just great.
And this one's worse than the other one. This one's open as well. It's gonna be birds galore. Better get the flare gun out just in case we start getting overwhelmed. We might have to pop off a flare into one of the flocks. Damn birds. Anything else? Whoa. That ended reasonably well. Could have ended a lot worse.
Shit.
Shit indeed. Okay, that was one of the very few times, guys, that I was surprised. Like, genuinely. Like, I don't get surprised or startled or, you know, scared very often, but that was one of those times where I was surprised. I did not expect that to fly in there. That should be told, you know. I'm not the kind of one to just, you know, scream the moment I see an enemy or, you know, someone jump out at me, but that was genuinely one of those definitely startling moments. Right, let's continue up here. Ever proceeding on to the lookout. More ammunition. Well, more ammunition always means more enemies, so... was a bit of a fail on my part. I should have been aware of my surroundings. However, I wasn't, and that was the result, getting my ass kicked by the really weak enemies. Oh, damn it. And that was a horrendous drop in frames per second there for some reason. Some inexplicable reason, anyway. Gonna heal up here for a sec. Cauldron Lake. There's a road I see. Maybe that's Cauldron Lake there in the distance, I don't know. Right, pushing on then. Really? As if this isn't cliche enough. Something's bound to go wrong. Oh, of course. Ah! Uh-oh. Right. Let's see if we can get some distance on him now. Right. And that was quite thingy. Anyway, guys, the ringing you heard was someone ringing me on the phone, so got that taken care of whilst we were recording. I'm not going to edit that out because I really can't be asked to do that, especially since, you know, the battle was going on at the same time. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up now for part 15. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, follow me on Twitter, all that great stuff. Links will be down in the description below, and as always, guys, I will catch you in the next part.